Okay, I don't know what happened. Let's try this again. So as I was saying, last night he was doing this, Daniel G did the call, and he was just dropping one-liners after one-liners, and they're not even liners. They're like thoughts and philosophy on the topic of business, right? And he was just sharing so many concepts and philosophies and ways of looking at things that honestly, and I've been in business for a really long time. I've done a lot of workshops. I've been to a lot of seminars. I've done a lot of trainings, and a lot of them, most of them have been really, really good. Okay. But what is so different about him is that he doesn't only, first of all, he has crazy energy. And so obviously, as you can tell, I resonate with that. I could not write fast enough to keep up with all the things that he was saying. I was like, I wanted to be like, can you stop and say that again? Anyway, luckily we recorded it. But what I was sharing with you guys in my story, that was like, you know what, let me do a live on this. And that is that, here's what I wanted to share. And that is, I am so happy I reached out to him. I am so happy I dared to go for it. And that I didn't hold myself back. I didn't buy into my own stories of, well, he's too busy, well, he's too popular, or he has a lot of followers. I didn't. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this. Anyway, maybe the stars, can you guys tell me if you can hear me? I don't know what happened. Can you guys hear me? Someone say yes on the comments if you can hear me. Yes, maybe. Okay, am I frozen again? I don't know what happened. Can you guys hear me okay? I don't know what happened. Can you hear me? Somebody tell me. Yes? Okay, perfect. So, where was I? Oh, so I didn't hold myself back from reaching out to him, okay? And maybe the stars were aligned where like he happened to have, actually when he said it, I immediately took action. So here's what I want to share with you guys, okay? And that is that how many times have we wanted to do something, go for something, we have an intention in mind, but we hold ourselves back. I know I have. In other areas of my life, okay? How many times have you wanted to go for something, but you buy the stories that are in your mind? You buy the stories of whatever limits you, okay? Or whatever will hold you back. And so here's what I'm going to challenge you, okay? As we're finishing out 2022, it's like, just go for it. Dare to go for it, okay? Hello. Dare to go for it, because you just never know what will happen at the other end. Imagine if I wouldn't have reached out to him. Imagine if I wouldn't have messaged him. Okay, now imagine if he wouldn't have replied. Okay, same with him. Okay, this is a mutual relationship with him, because he has now a lot more followers, people that not only social media followers, but people that are looking to his content. Okay, and so it's a relationship. Okay, but let's put that aside. How much value did we as a team get from me reaching out? How much value did we get from me daring to go for it? Okay. So many times, you guys, how many times have you wanted to go for something, but because we are in our own head about it, because we're so concerned about our own thoughts, not only do we limit ourselves, but we also limit the possibility for others. We limit what's possible for us, and we also limit what could be possible for others. For example, right, this call last night, I think we maxed out at 564. I think that was the highest number that we had all night. Okay, that's a lot of people. Over 500 people were on this call. All because, and I'm not like, saying kudos to me, okay? I'm just using this as an example of what could be possible for your life and the people around you. Okay, I'm just using myself as an example. The day that he said, I forgot how I came across him. Oh yeah, one of my business ladies shared one of his reels, and I was like, who is this guy? His energy was like, bum, 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 bum. I was like, oh my gosh, I love his energy, okay? So here's one thing also you guys want to know, and that is that so many times it's not what you're saying, but it's how you're saying it. How are you showing up in the world, right? How are you like transmitting that energy to the world, okay? So when I clicked on his reel and I was like, who is this guy? I was like watching all his stuff. I'm like, dang, I really love, no bullshit kind of guy, okay? And then I was watching his stories, and that day he said, okay, something about coaching, send me mentorship. I immediately got off his stories. Okay, here's the first lesson. And I took action based on what I wanted. Okay? I took action based on what I wanted. I want you to think about that. How many times do we want something, but we don't go for it? Okay? So immediately I got off his story, I sent him a message, and I put mentorship. And he replied like right away. I was like, oh shit. And then here's what happened, okay? Now this is just my own personal philosophy. You guys do whatever you want. This is not to pass judgment on anybody, okay? But take it if it fits, okay? So many times people lack the power of communication. You don't respond to people's messages. You don't get back to people, especially when you have an invested interest. Like I messaged him mentorship. He replied back, hi, Emma. He replied back. I love when you guys say hi on here, by the way. He replied back, and I didn't say like, oh, I'm going to get to my phone later. Okay. I wasn't like, oh, I'll get back to him later. No, my phone was in my hand. Hey, my phone was in my hand so that I could, where are you calling from, Helena? My phone was in my hand. So I immediately replied, and we ended up having a conversation back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Okay. So number one, when you want something, take action. And when you're taking action, okay, make sure you're following through. So what ended up happening was he ended up coming back and he told me how much it was going to be. Austria, Europe, nice. Hello, Austria. I have never been there. So I ended up going back, right? And he told me how much the calls were going to be. And I was like, okay, let's do this. Because here's the other thing you got to know. And I'm not saying everybody's got to be like this, okay? But personally, I make decisions quick. It's not always the best thing. I know. Okay, it's not always the best thing, but here's the thing you need to know, okay? Go-getters make decisions quick. Like, we don't hesitate. Like, he said how much it was. I thought, can I afford it? Yes. Okay, let's do it. I wasn't like, well, let me think about it. What is there to think about? The guy's freaking amazing, okay? I saw his stuff. I loved his vibe. I loved his energy. I loved his content. There was nothing to think about. Why? And here's what I want you to think about, okay? And that is this. Because he is in alignment, okay? He is in alignment with what I want. Yes, Daniel. He is in alignment with what I want. He is in alignment with what is important to me. He is in alignment with his energy. His intention is in alignment. A lot of things are in alignment. Therefore, there isn't much to think about. When things are in alignment, you just got to go for it. Don't think so much. Go for it. So many times we hold ourselves back from opportunities because you're so much in your own head. Okay? So I want you to just think about that, okay? So I did the thing and I paid him and everything. And I'm not going to lie, for a little bit, I was like, I hope he's going to follow through, right? Because it was a lot of money. And then, everything went great. He followed through. We were in communication and we did one of the calls and the call was amazing. Okay. And then we said, okay, 2 weeks, we'll do the second call. So last night was the second call. And here's what I'm going to tell you. And that is this. When you're ready to make changes, it's amazing how the universe will bring you things to help and support you to make those changes. But here's the key. You got to be ready. You got to be ready to make those changes. You got to be ready to allow those things into your life. And then, here's the other part, number 2. You got to be aware to be able to see the opportunities that are in front of you. You got to be aware and self-conscious enough, have conscious to be able to say, oh, this is what I've been asking for. Let me bring it in. This is what I've been praying for. Let me bring it in. So many times we ask for things. So many times we pray and plead for things. And then God brings them to you and you reject them. You push them away. You say, not now, not this. So then the universe is like, okay, fine. Fine. I'll stop giving it to you. Because every time I give it to you, you reject it. Every time I give it to you, you push it away. Every time I give it to you, you say no. So eventually, just like everything in life, it will stop. Okay? So here's what I'm going to tell you. We're walking into the end of the year. Don't be that type of person. I'm also speaking to myself. That's thinking, I'll wait till January 1st. Don't be the person that's thinking, I'm going to wait till the new year to make a change in my life. That can start today. That can start today. It starts with number one, you having a clear idea and a clear vision for what you want in your life. Like stopping, take some time to identify what you want. Stop and identify what is it that you are committed to. Okay, number one. Number two, I'm going to encourage you to start to surround yourself with people and things that are going to support and help you achieve those things that you want. You cannot want a hot body, as an example, because like the easiest example, right? You cannot want a hot body and constantly go out to every single day to a fast food restaurant. It just doesn't work. Okay? You need to think like, okay, this is what I want. I need to surround myself with people, situations, and things that are going to allow me to achieve and accomplish what I want. That's number two. Okay? And number three, and I personally think this is probably one of the most powerful things that it has come to my life, and that is that get yourself a group of people that will help to elevate you. Get around people that are going to help to elevate your consciousness, elevate your productivity, elevate who you are. Okay? And it doesn't mean that you have to hang out with them every single day. Today I reached out to a friend and I told him what I'm going through. I said, look, this is what I'm thinking. Help me out. And he messaged me back, 2-minute message that made a dramatic impact in my psyche. Thank you, Enrique. Imagine if I would have not reached out. Okay, I probably would be still with this thought. So one phone call, one message, I should say, helped me realign myself. Because I'm not perfect either, you guys. Nobody is, okay? But here's what I will say. I am aware of what I need. I am aware of who I need to reach out to. I am aware of what, like, when something is pulling me, I just throw myself in. So I invite you, be responsible, okay? But I invite you to do the same. Think about what it is that you want. Think about what it is that matters to you, okay? Be clear about that. Take some time, write it down. Number two, okay? Be around the environment, situations. Put yourself in places that are going to help you, because that's going to help you have a better plan as to how you're going to get it. And number three, surround yourself with people that are going to help to elevate you and hold you to that standard. Okay, that to me is probably one of the most important things to assure that you have success. If there's anything I can do to support you, I am here. I want to tell you, I've been so blessed to be, or I have been, okay, I'm going to say this humbly. I have earned the right to be around powerful people. I have earned the right to be around influential people. Why? Because I have been someone that is willing to reach out, that is willing to contribute, that is willing to give. I'm not just a taker. I'm not just like, okay, why are you not inviting me? Why don't you take me? Me. Okay? I first give. Make those deposits. Make those deposits. Make those deposits. That way, you have a lot to be able to withdraw. Some of you are wanting to withdraw when you have never made deposits. Doesn't work that way. In life, there's no such thing as an overdraft fee. In life, there's no such thing as an overdraft fee. If you have not deposited, you might, actually, no, not might. If you have not deposited, you will not be able to withdraw. So make sure you make those deposits so that you can withdraw in life. And later on, you will even feel like life owes you, in the sense that when you ask, you'll know that you're going to receive because you have given that much. All right. I hope this helps you guys. Make a comment. I'm going to put this on my feed right now. Leave me a comment, tag a friend who needs to hear this. Okay. And let me know what you got from this, you guys. Have a blessed day.